Now, of course, every time you sit down to your desk to work on your business, you open up your laptop to create some content, you want to get results. You want to make sure that the effort you're putting in, the energy and time you're putting in, is giving you results, which usually looks like you're getting more followers, you're getting more engagement, you're getting more income, your community is growing, you are able to hire someone onto your team. You know what it should look like. But yet you find yourself coming to the end of a day and really feeling like you did a lot, but you didn't get any results. So although you were working on your business, you were putting posts out, you were trying to create content, you really didn't get the results that you were hoping for. And we can change that right here today in this episode. Because if you're going to put in the energy, effort, and time to really put your gifts out in the world and put them on display, then you need every day to count. And I mean, who are we kidding? We only have one life to live. So we need to make sure that every day of it counts and we're showing up living the legacy that we want to live right now. Hey crew, welcome to Vasty TV, where we own our story, ignite our business, and live our legacy now. And today, we are diving in to make sure you start getting results every day. So let's get to it. Here we are at the top of another Monday, and we have the whole week ahead. You have your list, you know that there are things you need to get done, and sometimes you're not quite sure which ones you should really focus on, but you know I have to work on my business this week because I need results. We need things to start bringing in revenue. You need your reach to go wider. You want to make sure that you're really reeling in those clients who are going to be your raving fans. And no one shows up to their business every day just because it's cool. No, you want results. And you want to make sure that when you sit down to open the laptop, to get to that desk, to use that kitchen table or counter, wherever you work at, that you are doing the things that's getting results, that you can walk away at the end of the day knowing that you accomplished what you set out for. There is few things that are probably as painful in business as coming to the end of the week and realizing that you did a whole lot, but you really didn't accomplish anything. That one hurts. And I know because I have been in that position myself where I had these long lists of things to do. I usually have a dump list somewhere and I'm working through that list based on priority and what needs to be done. And I can sit down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday and get to Friday at 3 o'clock when I'm planning for the next week and realize that I didn't get any results. And I mean like real results. Like I'm not talking about, oh my gosh, I got one, social media post out this week. That's great, but that's not what I'm talking about. I mean real results where it is creating change and shift in your business, where you are seeing yourself step out more boldly into your purpose, sharing your gifts, doing what you are created for, and it's attracting the people who you are meant to walk this journey with, who you are meant to lead and help them step more boldly into what they're created for. I'm talking results that are getting clients signing up for your programs and bringing in that revenue that you know you really desire. I'm talking about the kind of results that really begin to free you up for more time with your family and more time for your faith moves that you want to make because you're now able to hire a team. Like you can hire that general VA, you have an online business manager coming in, you are moving and shaking and you are taking your place in this world to truly be a voice of impact. A movement of influence that's creating change. I'm talking about those kind of results. The kinds where you want to know that you're the person that others are behind closed doors talking about how great that training was and how good that freebie is, or man, this course I got really helped shift things for me from whoever you are. Put your name in the blank, right? Those kind of results. You want to know that when you sit down to work on a PDF or a guide or an ebook, that it's really going to draw in people. But you're getting stuck at just actually being able to focus and get the work done. So you're closing out days not accomplishing what you set out to accomplish that day. Because maybe you got distracted. Maybe one of the kids came in and got you completely off task. Maybe a friend called and had a problem and you ended up talking with them for 3 hours. Maybe you even jumped on a Zoom session to do some co-working with someone, and 2 hours later, all you had done was talk about business and no work had been accomplished. Or maybe your imposter syndrome is kicking in and you woke up ready, you knew what you were going to do, but then you started questioning if you're really worthy, if you're really qualified to do this work. And however you got there, you found yourself not getting results at the end of the day. And today is the day that we change all of that, because you are meant and created to live from a place where you are getting results in your life every day. And those results are what's equaling up to the legacy that you're living, to the story that will be attached to your name. That is how we make sure that your business is experiencing the growth at the rate that you truly desire. To get that kind of shift, there are 3 M's that I'm going to take you through today. And one thing you're going to learn about me in this journey is that I love alliterations. I'm an English teacher. What can I say? I love alliterations. So anytime that I can come up with an alliteration for my points, you're going to get an alliteration. So today we have 3 M's that we're going to dive into, and that is mind shift, milestones, and mastery. Probably not in that order, but those are the 3 M's that we're going to dive into today. So let's get right to it so you can start getting results every day starting today. I did have the order right. Yay. Oh my gosh. Oftentimes I will completely mix them up. Maybe I'm getting better. I love it. That's a part of that mastery one that we're going to talk about today. So we're going to dive into these, what I call CEO moves. See that M? See how I do the alliterations? It just happens. Like, I don't even plan this sometimes. So these CEO moves, these 3, the mind shift, milestones, and mastery, are the fundamentals to making sure that you get results every day. And the mind shift piece, where we'll start today, if you looked at last week's video, if you didn't, go check it out. It's really good to help with this piece, because the first component of a mind shift to make sure you're getting results every day is to take control of your time. CEOs control their clock. They make sure that their time is working for them. And that is a mind shift that many of us have to go into when we're transitioning into leading our own business. Because this is not the 9 to 5 where you had set hours. Someone told you what time you had to be there and you just had to do your very best to get there on time. No, this is calling you up. It's calling you to rise up to another level, to hold yourself accountable, to show up for your business at a certain time, because you know that your purpose and your impact is that important. But that takes a mind shift to understand that this is still a business that I got to run. I'm not going to someone's job, but this right here, this is my career now. This is my bread and butter to make sure that I'm providing for myself, for my family, for a lifestyle that I want to live. You have to make that mind shift and taking control of your time, because that's also going to mean having some tough conversations, because that goes into the second component of it, which is changing your habits. Because the things that you used to do when you were just working a 9 to 5 and before this fire began inside of you to get this business going, it's not going to work anymore. So sitting on the couch in the evenings just wanting to watch TV, Yeah, can't happen. That's not going to build a business. That's not going to change your life. Just hanging out with friends on the weekends when you know that's the only free time that you really have, where you wake up and your brain is clear, yeah, your business is not going to be built like that. And I'm not one to promote working on weekends, but you got to know your season. You got to know what phase of business you're in, because sometimes it calls for that to get going, to get to that next level. You are going to have to change your habits. And that is a very mental, internal work. And it's something that you have to understand, like the way that I may roll out of bed at 10. Not me, because I'm up at like 4 or 5. But for someone who rolls out of bed at 10 and think, maybe I'll start working at 12. Well, I get one thing done and now I'm being pulled to something else, or oh my gosh, I forgot I had this appointment at 4. You're not getting in that dedication and diligence that it's going to take to be fully devoted to building a business that you're really ready to show up in, that you really want to have. It's surely not going to get you the results that you want every day. If you are doing the same things you did before you started a business, then you'll be living the same way you were living before you attempted to start a business. And we have to make sure that we understand that there is work to be done to create that shift, so that you actually go from pre-business life to actual CEO life. Because that's what it's really about getting to, where you're really leading as the CEO of your business. But real CEOs make sure that we are controlling our time and we are changing our habits. We are monitoring what are the things that I do that are not getting me closer to my vision of what I want to achieve. Okay, what do I need to change that to? And what is the process for doing that? You have to experience that mind shift for the rest of this to work that I'm about to tell you, okay? Now, the second one is milestones. You have to know what you want. Like, what is it that you want to hit? What are the next 3 big things that you want to hit in your business? That takes us into our next end, milestones. You have to know exactly what you want. CEOs make sure they operate in optimal clarity. And that is being clear about what I'm focusing my time on. What is it that I'm trying to change my habits to achieve? And I like to make sure that we don't get overwhelmed with this. And so I tell you, look at just the next 3 months. And the next 3 months, what are 3 big goals you want to achieve? And look at your life. When you think about your business, revenue goals, customer goals, email list goals, content creation goals. Like, what are the 3 big ones that for the next 3 months, if you do these 3 things, if you hit this goal, it will change the trajectory of your business and your life. Now, once you know what those 3 are, break them down into bite-sized benchmarks. What are those benchmarks that are going to be the key elements to get you to that milestone? And break them down into bite-sized benchmarks so that you're not trying to do big pieces in a week's time that should have took 3 weeks. You should have broken it down more. So make it very bite-sized, and the benchmarks are steps that you hit to get to that milestone. But breaking it down is a deal breaker. If you don't break it down, I can guarantee you that's where things will go off the rails. So break it down into those bite-sized benchmarks. And then at the top of every week, determine what are my 3 benchmarks that I'm going to focus on this week. What are the 3 benchmarks that I know I need to get done this week so that I stay on track to hit that milestone at the end of these 3 months? You have to know exactly what you want. Moving into CEO level clarity, you take the time to get clear about what's going to have the most impact, what's going to make you the most uncomfortable, and what's going to make sure that you have a different story to tell at the end of these 3 months. So get clear about your milestones. Now, once you're clear about those milestones, that rolls us right into our third M, and that is mastery. Now, this is where the majority of people may get stuck. Now, some people get stuck at milestones because they feel like they don't know if it's the right goals and if they're targeting the right things. Start with what you know and just work from there. If more clarity is needed, it will come as you work towards what you do know. But this mastery piece is very much a space where many of us get stuck if we don't really figure out what it really means to master something. And for the sake of making sure we stay focused on getting results every day, I'm going to laser in on this just for what it looks like every day to now get results. You've made the mind shift. You have your milestones. You have those bite-sized benchmarks. You know what your focus is for the week. Now it's time to execute. And execution is where we lead to mastery. And the first thing you need to do is to make sure you have the right tools. What I mean by that, as a CEO, you need a project management tool that you are using to facilitate project management. Your content is a project in your business. Your YouTube channel is a project in your business. Your Instagram feed is a project in your business. Your new program you're ready to launch, it's a project in your business. And you need to be using a tool that you can then put systems into, that then you can repeat those systems. That when you hire someone else into your business, you have the system already in place and you just train them on the system. They can take it and run with it. As a CEO, if you're really seeking to master getting results every day, you need to make sure you're using a tool. I love ClickUp. It is my jam. It works for my brain and how it works, and I'm constantly learning new things about it. And I'll drop that link in the show notes so you can go check it out. But I love ClickUp because it helps me to get out of my head or what I would be doing on paper and into a digital format. Because I, as a CEO, I'm always thinking where we're going next. And I know that when I have a team member come on, whether it's my online business manager, my editing guy for my videos, whether it is my manager who's just helping me keep everything intact, all of those elements need to be in a place where they can easily come into my business, see how things flow, and jump right in. For you in the everyday, until you get to that place, you want these systems in place because these systems are going to help you discipline yourself. See, when you sit down at your desk and you know exactly what you need to be focused on, and then you have the tool with the systems in place, then you just follow the system. And so now your focus is on mastering being able to follow the system. Because it's in following the system that will get you to the results that you truly desire. And let me tell you this, when you pick the system, whether you choose ClickUp or some other platform, please stick with it for the next 3 months. Too often I see entrepreneurs changing platforms and software because they have the shiny object syndrome. Oh my gosh, something new just came out and it does this like one new thing that I think is really cool, and I've convinced myself that I need to be able to do that in my business right now. So I'm gonna change everything that I was doing, but I never really learned the last platform I was on. And it creates a cycle. Mastery is about sticking with it. Sticking with the tool, sticking with the system, and sticking with your commitment to master the process so that you can achieve the milestone that you set out for. Mind shifts, milestones, and mastery are your magic gateway to make sure you're making the CEO moves to get you to the results every day. You want to make sure that you are actually accomplishing what's on your list as your top 3 when you sit down every day. Then implement these 3 right away and watch the magic unfold. And then tell me about it. Guys, I want to see you getting results every day. So down in the comments below, let me know what was your biggest takeaway from today, or any questions that you now have about implementing any of this. I want you getting results because this world needs your purpose, your impact, your influence. And we need you to make the income so that you can elevate and further extend it at greater levels. So let me know in those comments. I love to talk with you and engage with you guys. And I will see you very soon in the comments.